lost in empty nights, searching for a little light. Then you walked into my life, and suddenly the world felt right. Every laugh, every smile makes my hard days worthwhile. And when you hold on to my hand, I feel stronger than I am. 'Cause every moment next to you feels like a dream that came true. You feel like home, like where my heart belongs, like every broken part of me finally found its song. When the world gets cold, you keep me warm inside. No matter where this life may go, I'll stay right by your side. You're my sunrise after rain, the only one who heals my pain. And every time you look at me, I fall in love repeatedly. I love the way you say my name, like no one else could sound the same. And every little thing you do makes me want forever with you. Late night talks and morning kisses, you're everything my soul was missing. And if tomorrow never came, I'd still be thankful that you stayed. 'Cause loving you feels natural, like stars belong inside the blue. You feel like home, like peace inside my bones, like every lonely road I walked was leading to your soul. When my world falls apart, you rebuild my heart again. And every second spent with you feels like heaven never ends. You're the melody I need, the air my heart will always breathe. And every time you hold me close, I know I'll never be alone. If forever is real, then I found it in your eyes. And if love has a meaning, it's the way you hold me tight. I don't need a perfect life as long as you are mine. 'Cause every day beside you feels like the best part of my life. You feel like home, my safe place in the storm, the one my heart will always choose, the one I'll always love. Through every high and every low, I promise I won't let you go. 'Cause loving you is all I know. And with you, I already have the whole world. So if the stars stop shining someday and time slowly fades away, just remember one thing is true: my heart will always belong to you. Yeah. It doesn't feel like breaking now, just something that has settled down, like waves that finally reach the shore and don't come back anymore. I I don't replay your face at night or wonder if you're doing alright. It's just a page I turn with care and left you somewhere over there. No anger left, no need to fight. Just quiet where there used to be light. This is the end of the story. We were not a crash, not a blur, just a gentle letting go of a love I used to know. No more holding on too tight, no more losing sleep at night. It didn't last, but it was real, and I've learned how to heal. This is the end of the story we were. I see your name and it just passes like clouds above through changing masses. No storm begins, no heart divides, just calm on both our sides. We were something once alive, but not everything survives, and that's okay, I understand. Not every love gets to stand, and maybe that's the point in time. We both get back our separate lives. This is the end of the story. We were not a crash, not a blur, just a gentle letting go of a love I used to know. No more holding on too tight, no more losing sleep at night. It didn't last, but it was real, and I've learned how to heal. This is the end of the story we were. If I could speak to who I was, I'd say you loved as much as love allows, and even endings have their place in helping us find better days. It's alright, it's okay. We just went our separate ways. This is the end of the story we were, and it doesn't even hurt. It's just a memory I keep without it haunting me. No more holding on too tight. Everything feels right tonight. It didn't last, but it was real, and I've learned how to heal. This is the end of the story we were. Yeah, and that's okay. It was love, just not forever. I wake up and the room is quiet, no inner argument or riot, just light falling on the floor, nothing more. I move without a second layer, no mental commentator. A glass of water, a simple sound, nothing profound. Even thoughts don't stay in place, they don't leave a trace. They come, they pass, they fade away, like weather in a day. No deeper meaning, no hidden meaning. I am back in my life again, not escaping where or when. Everything is just as it is, There were days I disappeared into thoughts I held as fear, trying to rise above it all so I wouldn't fall. But nothing ever needed that fight, nothing had to be made right. It only looked that way to me because I couldn't see. Now even silence feels like space, not a place I need to chase. It's just part of what is here, simple and clear. No escaping, no control. Still, even the search for peace was just another piece of me trying to leave what I didn't need to leave. There was never another place, only this space. And that is enough for me to simply be, not lost, not beyond, just life. You didn't just break my heart, you changed who I am. I don't recognize this face anymore, standing in pieces on the floor. The mirror shows a stranger now, someone I don't know how. You took the light out of my eyes, turned my truth into disguise. I used to feel, I used to care. Now there's just emptiness there. I gave you everything I knew and lost myself inside of you. I became someone truth. I remember how I used to smile, how love felt real at least for a while. Now every feeling feels rehearsed, like loving you rewrote me worse. You turned my trust into a fear. Now I don't let nobody near. I built these walls you'll never break, out of every scar you made. I stopped believing in forever. Now I believe in never. I became someone else. you did beneath the lies. You didn't just hurt my soul, you took away my control. Now I walk through life alone, with a heart that turned to stone. Every tear I used to cry turned into a last goodbye. I don't dream like I used to, I don't love like I used to, I don't feel like I used to. I became someone else, stronger, colder than before. I don't need your love again, I don't need you anymore. You created who I am, but you don't get to stay. This new version of me walked away. You broke me, but you don't get to meet who I became after. I keep wondering, how did the person who once called me forever become the person who left me behind? You used to hold my face like something sacred, like losing me would destroy your world. Back when your eyes softened every time they met mine first. You memorized every detail about me, the scars, the fears, the dreams I hid. And for a while I truly believed I was loved completely. But somewhere between the late night arguments and the silence growing in our home, I became easier to walk away from than to hold on to. And that thought still destroys me quietly. 'Cause I keep asking myself, what changed inside your heart? How did I become someone you could leave in the dark? I became someone you could leave, someone you stopped choosing, someone whose tears no longer made your heart start moving. I became another goodbye, another faded memory, while you remain the center of everything in me. And every night I still replay the moment your love changed shape, trying to understand why I became replaceable that way. And I still don't know how to survive that truth. Now I overanalyze everything, every flaw, every mistake I made. Like maybe if I understand enough, the pain will finally fade. Was I too emotional, too broken, too difficult to hold? Or did love simply run out while mine kept growing old? 'Cause I would've stayed through everything, the storms, the distance, the fears, but you reached a point where loving me no longer outweighed leaving here. And maybe that's what heartbreak really is, realizing your forever was temporary to someone else. Still, part of me refuses to believe the person who once adored could truly stop loving me. I became someone you could leave, and that rewrote something in my soul. Now every new connection feels fragile, every promise feels temporary and cold. You once called me home, now I'm just somebody from your past. Funny how people swear forever, knowing forever rarely lasts. And every midnight I still wonder if you regret letting me go, or if forgetting me completely came naturally somehow. I became someone you could leave. Oh, you became impossible to lose. Maybe the hardest part of heartbreak isn't the goodbye itself. It's the questions it leaves behind. Questions like, what was wrong with me? Why wasn't my love enough? How does someone stop loving you? And maybe there isn't always an answer. Maybe people change. Maybe hearts drift. Maybe love simply collapses under time. But knowing that doesn't make it hurt less. Now every lonely night feels reflective, like standing in the ruins of who I used to be, trying to separate my worth from the fact that you left me. I became someone you could leave, but I'm trying not to hate myself for it. Trying to understand that somebody leaving doesn't automatically mean I wasn't worth loving. You lost feelings, you walked away, you chose another path, but that doesn't erase the way I love deeply, or the loyalty I had. And maybe one day I'll stop measuring my value by the fact that you left. Maybe one day I'll finally heal from this constant ache inside my chest. But tonight I still feel the damage of becoming somebody you could say goodbye to so easily. I used to think love guaranteed permanence. Now I know even the deepest connections can still end. Can still end. I memorized the way you breathe, like it was air I'd always need. Every word, every touch, God, I gave you too much. I painted dreams with your last name, wrote forever in every flame. Now I'm staring at the ash of a love that couldn't last. You were my always, my safe place. No, I don't recognize your face. How did heaven turn to pain? How did sunshine turn to rain? I built my world around you. Every sky was your blue. Now I'm lost in the ruins of us. I gave my heart without truth that you'd break it into. Now I'm drowning in everything you were. You didn't just leave me alone, you destroyed what I called home. And I'm still trying to learn how to breathe. I built my world around you, and you let it burn around me. I defended you in every fight, even when you weren't right. Turned my blind eyes into trust while you were breaking us. You said forever, I said okay. Never thought you'd walk away, but forever meant nothing to you. Just a word you used. Every promise turned to dust. Every memory lost its trust. I was holding on for dear life while you let go without a fight. I built my world around you. Every sky was your blue. Now I'm trapped in the silence you made. I gave my heart without proof that you tear out the truth and leave me in pieces. You betrayed. You didn't just break my soul, you made me question it all. What is love if it ends like this? I built my world around you, and you left me in the abyss. Do you even think of me now? Or did you forget me somehow? Do you tell her the same old lies while I'm still healing from your goodbye? Was I just a chapter you read while I made you the whole book instead? Tell me how I meant so much and still wasn't enough. I would have stayed, I would have fought, I would have chosen you every single time. But love shouldn't feel like begging on my knees. Love shouldn't feel like slowly losing me. I gave you all the best of who I am, and you turned it into something I don't understand. I built my world around you, now I'm breaking it into trying to find who I was before. I gave you love that was true, now I'm taking it back from you, piece by piece, from the floor. You don't get to hold my name after putting me through that pain. I'm not yours to remember anymore. I built my world around you, but I won't burn for you anymore. One day I'll love again, but it won't feel like this. It won't hurt like this. It won't break me like this. And one day someone will stay, and I won't have to beg them to love me.
I saw a picture from before when we still believed in more, and it didn't pull me under, didn't bring the same old thunder. It just sat there quietly, like a page I used to be, no longer part of who I am, just a line in what I've been. And I didn't think I'd get here, but the weight is finally clear. I can smile at the past now without falling back somehow. It doesn't own me anymore like it did before. I can't look back without pain, without losing me again. And it feels like something new. I can smile at the past now. And you, I don't rewrite what went wrong. I just let it be a song that I once knew every line, but it doesn't feel like mine. You're just a chapter that I read, not the voice inside my head. And I don't feel the need to stay in yesterday. And it's strange, but I'm okay with how we drifted away. I can smile at the past now without falling back somehow. It doesn't own me anymore like it did before. I can't look back without pain, without losing me again. And it feels like something new. I can smile at the past now. And you, not everything is meant to last, but it can still become the past without destroying what remains, without carrying the pain. It's alright, I'm alright. No more tears at night. I can smile at the past now. And I don't know when it changed how. I remember what we know without breaking into. It's our love, it's not regret. It's just something I accept, and it finally feels true. I can smile at the past now. And you, yeah, I can smile at the past now. Nothing is automatic anymore. Even my reactions are chosen, not escaped, understood. I wake up and feel the moment without being pulled or owned in it. There's thought, there's sound, there's light, but nothing takes control inside. If anger rises, I can see it doesn't decide for me. If joy appears, I let it stay without needing it to remain. Everything is fully real, but nothing forces how I feel. There is space between each wave where I am steady, not enslaved. Not suppression, not expression, but direction. I choose everything I am, every thought, every plan. Nothing happens on its own without being known. I don't fight what comes inside, I just decide how I respond in time. Life moves, but I remain, not bound by joy or pain. People say I've changed somehow, but I'm just more aware now. Not less human, not less real, just no longer led by what I feel. I can love without losing me,
to noise, oh, or losing inner poise. Oh, even silence feels alive without needing to survive. It's all just part of what I do, not something that controls me through. No autopilot, no reaction chain, only conscious gain. I choose everything I am, not by force but by command. Not from ego, not from fear, but from clarity held here. Nothing drags me where I go. I already know every moment is a chance to consciously respond, not dance. Freedom is not escape, it's awareness in action. I choose everything I am, without confusion, without demand. Life moves through, I stay aware, without getting trapped in there. I don't lose myself to flow. I am the one who knows, and in every breath I take, I am the choice I make. Not controlled, not detached, but aware and choosing. I keep visiting that old version of me, like I still live there. But I don't. There's a place in my memory where you and I still exist. But when I look closer now, it feels like something I missed. Like I'm watching someone else live a life I used to know, but the feeling doesn't follow me where I've chosen to go. I don't fit in those moments anymore. They don't recognize my face, like I outgrew the emotions that once took up that space. And it's strange how time can change you without asking for permission, until the past feels like a story you no longer live within. 'Cause I thought I'd always stay there inside what we became, but I stepped out of that version and nothing feels the same. I don't belong in that chapter anymore. It doesn't feel like me. I'm no longer the person who needed you to breathe. I don't belong in that chapter anymore. It's closed, it's far behind, and even if I remember it, it doesn't know my mind. And I never thought I'd say this without feeling torn in two. I don't belong in that chapter anymore. I belong somewhere new. I used to think moving on meant forgetting every part, but I still remember everything without it breaking my heart. It's like reading an old story without stepping back inside, knowing every ending happened, but it no longer defines. You were part of my beginning, but not my continuation. And I stopped confusing memory with emotional obligation. Now I walk without returning to who I used to be, because that chapter in my life is no longer me. 'Cause growth isn't loud or dramatic, it's just realizing one day that the place you once belonged to isn't where you stay. I don't belong in that chapter Maybe life isn't about forgetting. Maybe it's about evolving, until even your past feels like a different person you used to be. Now I move through my present without turning back to see, because the past is just a place I no longer need. I don't belong in that chapter anymore, and that truth feels like air, not heavy like it used to be, not pulling me back there. I don't belong in that chapter anymore, and I finally feel released, because leaving who I was back then brought me peace. And if I ever think of it, it won't break me in two. I don't belong in that chapter anymore, and neither do you. And maybe the real ending is when you stop visiting who you used to be. There's a version of me that doesn't exist anymore, and that's the only truth left. I stopped replaying what you said, stopped living in my head. Every memory that once burned is something I've unlearned. You were loud inside my fate, now you're something I can't relate. Not love, not hate, not even pain, just a name without a chain. I don't carry what you gave, I don't dig into the grave of everything we used to be. It's no longer part of me, I didn't heal, I evolved. The connection just dissolved. I don't belong to the past, nothing you built ever lasts. I outgrew every trace of you and everything I went through. You can't find me where I was, that version died because I refused to stay the same after everything you became. I don't flinch at what you do, I don't care what's left of you. Your presence doesn't shake my ground, it doesn't even make a sound. I remember, but it's light like a shadow without night. No emotion, no collapse, no desire to go back. I turned distance into art, rebuilt everything you broke apart, and now the space you left behind is just peace inside my mind. No more reaching, no more signs, you exist outside my lines. I don't belong to the past, I was never meant to last. In the version where I stayed, broken waiting to be saved. You don't get to take control of a mind that's not your role. I stepped out of what we knew, and I stopped belonging to you. If you're looking for the one who used to come undone, you'll never find them again. That story reached its end. No anger left to ignite, no darkness left to fight, just a quiet, steady truth I outgrew. Not yours, not theirs, not broken, not repaired, just here. I don't belong to the past, I don't let memories last. Everything you that stayed. I don't miss you. I thought I missed you every night, until I looked a little closer inside and realized it wasn't you I crave. It's the version of me you used to save. Back when I still believed in us, back when I trusted too much, before I learned how people change and love doesn't always stay the same. You were part of my story, yes, but not the reason I feel less. It's who I was when you weren't here. That's what still lingers here. Cause losing you changed everything, but not the way I used to think. I don't miss you, I miss who I was, when life still felt like enough, when my heart didn't know the cost of what it means to get lost. And now I see it so clearly too. I wasn't missing only you, I was missing the light I had before everything went bad. I used to laugh without thinking twice, now I question every smile. I used to trust what people say, now I keep most feelings away. You didn't just leave me alone, you changed the way I feel at home. Inside myself, inside my mind, inside the space I used to hide. But maybe that was meant to be, to wake up something inside me, a stronger version I didn't know was waiting underneath the low. And I don't blame you anymore for opening that broken door. I don't miss you, I miss who I was, before I learned what pain does, before I learned to guard my heart and keep my feelings apart. And now I'm learning how to grow from everything I used to know. Cause even pain can teach you truth about the person inside you. Maybe I had to lose it all to understand I can stand tall, not because of love that stayed, but because I learned to be brave. I don't miss you, I miss who I was, but I'm not lost in what once was. I found a newer version here that doesn't live in fear. And maybe that's the real truth too. I didn't just lose you, I became someone stronger through everything I went through. I don't miss you, I miss who I was. I miss who I was. I used to think you stayed inside me, like you had a permanent room. But I checked again, and you don't. I gave you space in my thoughts, like it was something you earned, letting you live in my silence every time I felt burned. But I didn't notice the cost of keeping you that close. I was slowly disappearing from the life I needed most. And one day I realized that space was never yours to keep, because access is not automatic, even in memory. I don't owe you a place in me, not in my mind, not in my heart, not in the parts I used to bleed. And it's not hate, it's self-respect, like finally closing the door I kept open in regret. I don't rearrange my emotions to fit where you once stood. I don't reopen old chapters just to feel misunderstood, because I finally see the difference between remembering and holding on. One lets you move forward, the other keeps you wrong. And I chose forward because peace requires boundaries, even inside your mind. I don't owe you a place in me, and the truth feels like it, like I can finally exist without you everywhere. And I'm not erasing what happened, I'm just returning what's mine. My thoughts, my space, my time. Tell me, did I ever owe you that space, or did I give it freely without knowing my own place? Because I think I confused love with permission, but now I understand I am my own decision. Now my mind feels cleaner, less occupied with what was. Like I finally stopped feeding a memory that never was. And I don't feel empty, I feel returned. Like every piece of me finally learned where it belongs. I don't owe you a place in me, and I don't feel guilty anymore, because I stopped giving access to what hurt me before. And if you ever wonder where I went, I didn't disappear or flee. I just took myself back from everything you took from me. I don't owe you your place in me, I belong to myself again. I used to replay every night, every wrong, every fight, searching for a moment where I could fix what wasn't there. But memories don't stay still, they twist you against your will. And I was trapped inside the loop of everything I couldn't undo. Now the scenes don't run on repeat, they don't follow me to sleep. It's like I finally turned the page and walked out of that cage. And I didn't force the end, I just start pressing play again. I stop replaying us in my mind, left the broken parts behind. No more slow motion pain, no more calling out your name. And I don't search for what went wrong, I don't need that old song, 'cause I finally understand. I don't need to understand. I used to think I'd find a sign, something hidden in the lines that would tell me what to do or bring me back to you. But silence gave me something more, showed me what I was before. A person losing sleep, a love that wasn't enough. And every time I almost fall, I remember nothing at all, just peace where chaos used to be inside of me. And I don't chase the past, I'm not built to last there. I stop replaying us in my mind, I'm no longer that confined. No more hiding what we were, no more emotional blur. And I can breathe without the weight, without rewriting fate, 'cause I finally understand. I maybe healing is just this, letting go of what you miss without needing one more try to say goodbye. I stop replaying us in my mind, and I left it all behind. No more echoes in my head, no more words left unsaid. And now I walk into the light, without fighting every night, 'cause I finally understand. I don't need to rewind, no replay, just forward. No replay, just forward. You didn't leave all at once, that's what destroyed me the most. You disappeared slowly, right in front of me. At first it was little things, short replies and distant eyes. You stopped laughing at my bad jokes, stopped saying goodnight sometimes. Your touch became automatic, like habit without emotion. And every kiss felt colder, like winter crossing the ocean. I kept pretending not to notice, 'cause denial feels safer than truth. But deep inside my chest, I already knew love was dying quietly, and I was the last to admit it. So I held on tighter while you let go slowly. Funny how the lonely part starts before somebody leaves. I watched you fall out of love right in front of me. Your heart turned into somewhere I couldn't reach. You smiled less every morning, you stopped saying my name. And nothing hurts more than watching love change. I would have fought the whole world just to keep us alive, but you can't force a person to keep choosing your side. And I swear I still remember the look inside your eyes, the night I realized I was losing you in real time. We still shared the same bed, but somehow felt miles apart. Two actors reading old lines from a dying work of art. I started memorizing details like the way you closed the door, because part of me feared I'd lose those things forevermore. You used to hold me like forever, now you barely touch my head. And every silence between us said more than words ever can. People think heartbreak happens instantly, but sometimes it arrives slowly, one cold moment at a time. And I kept blaming myself for things I couldn't repair. Like maybe if I loved harder, you would still be there. I watched you fall out of love, like watching stars disappear. Slow enough to notice, fast enough to fear. You stopped talking about future plans, stopped saying we, and every dream we built together collapsed quietly. I would have given anything to hear you say stay, but your silence already told me you've gone away. And I swear the cruelest thing my heart will survive is watching someone stop loving you while they're still by your side. Maybe love has an expiration date. Maybe forever is just a word people use when they're terrified of losing someone. Or maybe we simply grew into strangers, wearing the faces of people we used to know. Still, I would have stayed through every storm, every scar, every broken part of you, but you stopped fighting for us long before the ending came. Now your memory walks these hallways like a ghost wearing your skin, and every night I replay where the distance truly began. Was it something I didn't say, something I said too late, or were we always destined to break this way? Break this way. I watched you fall out of love, and there was nothing I could do. No miracle, no prayer could pull me back to you. You became colder every second while I burned alive inside, trying to save a love that had already died. And if you ever think about me years from tonight, I hope you remember I stayed and tried, because losing you was an instant. It happened painfully slow. I watched your heart close its doors and still refused to let go. You didn't leave in one moment, you left in pieces until there was nothing left of us. You said you loved me through the pain, but love doesn't vanish in the rain. It doesn't pack up overnight and leave without a fight. You said you needed time alone, but time turned you into stone, and I was still holding on to a love that's already gone. I kept rewriting every excuse, trying to find a truth where you didn't choose to leave, where you still needed me. But the truth is simple and cruel. Love is what people do. If you loved me, you would've stayed through the mess and the heartbreak, through the nights when nothing made sense, through the silence and distance. But you left me standing there like I was never even there. promises change in the dark. When love starts falling apart, you stopped asking how I felt, started focusing on yourself, and I became background noise to a life you slowly destroyed. I tried to hold on too tight, thinking love could make it right, but you were already halfway gone before I knew what went wrong. And I hate that I still cared when you stopped being there. If you loved me, you would've stayed. You wouldn't leave me in the state. You wouldn't watch me break in two while pretending we were through. But you chose the easier road, left me carrying the load. And now I see it crystal clear. Love wasn't what kept you here. Maybe I was loving for two while you were already through. Maybe I was blind to the signs, 'cause I thought love never dies. But it does, when only one person fights. If you loved me, you would've stayed. That's the truth I couldn't change. No matter how much I believed, you were always meant to leave. And now I'm learning how to breathe without you holding onto me. 'Cause real love doesn't disappear, it stays right here. If you loved me, you would've stayed. I keep thinking, maybe there was one last message you wanted to send me, but never did. And somehow, that thought hurts more than the goodbye. I replay our ending every night, like there's a hidden meaning somewhere. Like maybe if I study every silence, I'll finally understand why you disappeared. Because people don't just wake up one day and stop loving someone completely, right? There had to be a moment, a final crack in the glass, a final tear in your heart, before everything collapsed. And I wish I knew when it happened. Maybe then I could stop blaming myself for all the pieces we became. So I wait for the last message, the one you never sent, the explanation, the closure, the words that might have fixed this mess. But silence became your answer, and absence became the truth. Now I'm left talking to memories instead of talking to you. Do you know how painful it is to lose someone slowly? Not all at once, not dramatically, just little by little, day after day. Fewer calls, shorter replies, longer pauses, colder eyes, until suddenly you're standing beside someone who already left emotionally. And you're the only one still trying to save it. I think that's what destroyed me. Hope surviving longer than love did. So I wait for the last message, like it might still appear someday. Like your name could light my screen and take this ache away. Maybe you'd finally Honestly, did you ever start typing something, then delete it? Did your fingers ever hover over my name at 2 a.m. while missing me silently? Because mine still do. And sometimes I think that's the saddest part of heartbreak. Two people suffering separately, too damaged to reconnect. Permanence exists, and maybe that's growing up, or maybe it's grief. So I'll stop waiting for the last message, the apology that never came, the version of you that fought for us to remain. And I'll carry the truth instead, that sometimes love ends unfinished. No villain, no rescue, just two hearts that couldn't fix it. But even after all the pain, all the silence, all the damage you left behind, if your name appeared tonight, I'd still open it immediately. Some goodbyes never sound final. That's why they echo forever. Everything was moving until you said yes, and then the world stood still. I remember that night so clear, every word still echoes here. Hands shaking, heart racing fast, praying this moment would last. When I asked, you looked at me like you already believed. Before the words left your lips, I knew it was this. You said yes and time just froze, like a story everyone knows. But it felt brand new to me, like love rewrote destiny. Every fear just disappeared, everything became so clear. In that second I could see all our years in front of me. The world stopped when you said yes, nothing more, Except I'm yours, since you said yes. Everything changed with one word. Yes.
Yeah. Almost hurts the most. We were almost hand in hand, almost part of perfect plan. Almost said the words out loud, but we lost it in the crowd. We were close but never there, living in a thin air, where every feeling had a name, but nothing stayed the same. And I still don't understand how we slipped right through our hands, like we were meant to fall apart before we even started. And I still feel the space where you almost stayed. We were almost something real, almost something I could feel, but it faded in between what we were and what we dreamed. We were almost something true, almost me and you. And even if it never grew, it still leads me back to you. I still see us in my mind, in a world we left behind, where every word we didn't say still haunts me every day. I wonder if you feel it too, or if it's only me and you, living in a different past where nothing ever lasts. And maybe we were never meant to be more than what we spent, but I still hold what we had, even when it makes me sad. And I still reach for air like you're still there. We were almost something real, a story time won't heal, a love that couldn't stay but won't fade away. We were almost something true, even when I lost you. And even if it's gone from view, I still belong to you. Maybe some love stay undone, like a fight that's never won. Not broken, not complete, just repeating every beat. And if you ever think of me in that space of memory, just know I still remain inside the pain. We were almost something real, but almost is all I feel. Still it lives inside my chest like something I can't forget. We were almost something true, and I'd still choose you, even if it never grew. I still love you. Almost, but always felt like you. Lights low, everybody watching us fall apart, like a show they already know the ending to. You wore danger like designer clothes, every room froze everywhere you go. I was addicted from the very first spark, a beautiful disaster, dressed in the dark. You said my name like a loaded gun, sweet at first, then the damage comes. I ignored every warning sign, 'cause toxic love feels divine. Sometimes your eyes said stay, your actions scream goodbye, and somehow I still stay.
You still crawl back into my life. Your friends say I should let you go, but they don't know what we both know. You touch me and the chaos fades. For one small second, the pain behaves. Then morning comes, reality hits. Another argument, another broken dish. We say things we can't take back, then blame the dark for what we lack. We turn passion into war, still begging each other for more. Maybe broken people love the hardest. This ain't love, it's drama in slow motion. Two hearts drowning in emotion. Kissing while the world burns down. We scream loud, then hold each other closer. Like pain is pulling us together, round and round and round. Every fight becomes a scene, tears falling on the silver screen. But when the curtains fall at midnight, you still crawl back into my life. I memorized your anger, the way your voice shakes when you cry, the silence after goodbye, the footsteps returning 5 minutes later. Maybe we were never meant to heal. Maybe we only knew how to feel when everything love me, hate me, break me, save me. We're actors in a tragedy, pretending this is destiny. This ain't love, it's fire mixed with gasoline. Beautiful and violently obscene, but I still need your touch. 'Cause every scar you gave me somehow became the thing that made me unable to escape your rush. And when the curtains fall at midnight, when there's nobody left to fight, I still hear you whisper softly, don't leave. So we restart the chaos again, like we always do. I thought it was you I lost, but I never counted the cost of who I was back then, before everything came to an end. I was softer in my trust, believing almost anything was love. I saw the world in brighter tones before I learned how people go. And now I look at who I've grown and I don't feel so alone. But I see the difference clear between then and here. And maybe that's the truth. I missed, it wasn't you I really missed. I don't miss you, I miss the version of me that believed so easily that love would always stay and never fade away. And I don't chase that feeling now, I've learned to live somehow. 'Cause I finally understand, I became my own land. I used to build forever dreams on fragile broken seams, ignoring all the signs that were always there in lines. But now I read them clearly, no more pretending blindly. And every lesson that you gave helped me find a way, not back to you before it's still past everything that used to kill the part of me that stayed too long, just trying to belong. And I don't need to go is what we both lacked. I don't miss you, I miss who I was before I knew what pain does, before I learned to see what was real in me. And I don't hold on anymore to what we were before, 'cause I finally understand. Maybe growing up is this, losing innocence and bliss, but gaining something true, a stronger point of view. I don't miss you, I miss who I was, but I'm not stuck in what once was. I took the pain and turned it through into something new. Not you, just me.